Hey everyone, welcome to our Wednesday night meeting at the Advanced Branding Collaborative. And today we are coming together for sort of an informal meeting, just, talking about collaboration and how we can use it for business, in entrepreneurship, even in personal relationships, and what collaboration means to every one of us, and how we can use it to move forward in life and business. So before we start, let's say one thing you are grateful for today. Roy, do you want to start? What are you grateful for today?
Sure. A friend of mine, son, who was the same age as my oldest son, they grew up together. He got up a couple of days ago and he was disoriented and he was having a lot of problems. And his wife thought maybe he had vertigo because he's had it before. Then he had to take him to the hospital in the ambulance. They found out his blood pressure was really high and that he had a brain bleed. So they thought they were going to be able to do medication, but they ended up having to do surgery on him. And I haven't found out all the results yet, but it looks like he's going to be okay. He's like 45. Him and my oldest son are the same age. They grew up together. So I'm really thankful that he's okay, that everything worked out well for him. And from what I understand, it looks like he's going to be okay and have a full recovery. They were worried about his speech at one point, but I think that's going to all be okay. So I'm grateful for that. That's awful young.
Definitely.
Awesome. That's great. And Lorianne, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm super grateful that I have my dear friend Sumit and his wife Sapna, and they call me mom. That's how close we've become in India, and he's just absolutely terrific. I can't believe I call him my right hand man, and a lot of times very strong working. But his father-in-law ended up on a moped, and there was an accident, and his wife, her mother passed away when she was quite young, so her father is everything to her, and she was really so afraid. And here this is Sumit. Sorry, mom, I can't make the meeting. I have to go to the hospital with my father-in-law. And he said, it matters to me because my wife is so close to her father. He doesn't have as close a relationship. I was thinking, amazing friend, so worried about all that. And I thought, are you kidding me? Like, take care of your stuff. I can take care of this. And thankful, understanding to his wife about how much she loves her father, and taking all that time to go out there and keep me in touch to let me know that he is now today out of the hospital at home and resting. And I was very grateful for that because I can't imagine how painful that would have been for Sapna. She was so upset that night. But I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for her. And I'm very grateful that God is there and that her father is now safe at home. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Very nice.
awesome. Great. Renee, do you want to go next?
Yes, I'm going to go next. So this evening, my two sons, they're young adults, 22 and 20, and my youngest son's girlfriend, we all had dinner together. And that doesn't happen too often when they're that age, right? They're all over the place. But I do appreciate that we had that time together. And on top of that, this was a good day. I mean, I woke up this morning and happiness was in my heart. And yeah, I'm blessed for having that feeling for today, or blessed or in gratitude. Thank
That's
you.
That's excellent.
So I go last.
Yes. What about you, Jenny?
So yeah, I'm just really grateful for my kids and my husband and basically my whole life. And we are very blessed and we've got everything we need. And yeah, just creating a loving environment for the children, and yeah, just having fun together is something I'm really grateful for.
Nice.
That's awesome. Now, just a quick one. Okay, Jenny,
Yeah.
where are you from?
Germany.
Where are you living now?
Australia.
Roy,
Dallas, Texas, USA.
Renee,
I'm from near Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada.
and I'm from Milton, Ontario, Canada. So we're quite diverse.
Yes.
And our full collaborative group, unfortunately, couldn't make it tonight. We're pretty well from all over the place.
Yep. That's
So
awesome.
who wants to go first about collaboration?
Do you want to go first, Renee? What you said before?
Yes, I'm going to go first. So for me, collaboration is really to, I guess, work together. You know, like I said before, I love that word. I mean, it comes up in everything in our lives, right? In relationship, in our business, and it's working together towards a similar goal, right? I think that's how I can explain collaboration for me.
I agree.
Beautiful.
Well,
Roy, do you want to go next?
yeah, I'll go next. Sure. So for me, you know, collaboration, I guess in a roundabout way, I learned it in my career, particularly when I was younger in it, because I always had a knack for being able to put the right person on the right job with the right people. I was very good at that. And I learned early on that people, when they're doing what they like or what they're good at, they just go. You don't have to supervise them. I mean, they're doing what they like and what they're good at. They're happy. They're very productive. And as I progressed up in my career, when I started going to meetings and stuff, where a lot of them could turn out to be very antagonistic, I learned how to try to collaborate with these people and say, hey, look, this would be the best for us. If you can do this for me, I can do this for you. And so it wasn't antagonistic. But like now, and of course, Royanne was kind of talking earlier about it. The thing about the collaboration now with all of us is, so for example, Lorianne's very creative. So if you're having trouble with creation, you know, she'd be the perfect person to go to help you with creation. Mindset for Jenny. That's what she's really good at. You know, I'm a planner. So, you know, if you're having issues, the thing about collaboration is you can take advantage of somebody else's talents, you know, and share yours as well. So if you're missing something or lacking in something or not sure, there's somebody you can go to get help. To me, that is the best thing about collaboration, is being able to draw other people's talents and everybody help each other. So that's kind of my view of collaboration.
I love that. I think we need to put that in a frame.
Yes.
Great. Jenny, what's yours?
So yeah, for me, collaboration is really, like you said, working together, you know, to achieve a goal. But also, I think it's really meeting people where they are in a, you know, in a compassionate way, and really, yeah, really getting to know people on a deeper level. Because sometimes, you know, you just sort of get to know people on that surface level, but if you really get to know people on a deeper level, you find out things that they may be really good at and they don't even realize it themselves. So this is what I'm actually good at, you know, spotting things in people that they actually talented and good at, but they don't actually realize it. And yeah, so this is really good if you want to, you know, collaborate with someone and they have sort of a hidden gift maybe, and you can point it out, and maybe you even can help them to step more into that, and yeah, just collaborate on something and help them, you know, finding their passion and yeah, working on some projects together. And so it works out for everyone. So that's always like the thing with collaboration. It's always a win-win situation. It's always, you know, there's something in it for you and there's something in it for the other person. So that must be the sort of, you know, the basis is like win-win for everyone. And yeah, and also, of course, you can tap into other people's network. Like someone, you know, with a bigger audience might have more people who are interested in what you have to offer, but you might also know people that are interested in what the other person has to offer. So collaborating in that sense, you know, on social media or even, you know, personal meetings, it's really good just to broaden your network and really tapping into other people's audiences. And yeah, so that's sort of my take on it. And yeah, together we rise, basically. Together we always stronger than, you know, trying to do everything yourself. And yeah, that was something I had to work on, because I was always someone who preferred to do things myself, and I didn't want to give anything out of my hand, because I was like a, you know, perfectionist. But I needed to let that go, and you know, being open to other people's feedback. And yeah, so that's my take on it.
Jenny,
Very
you
nice.
said something that I picked up on when you said, you know, a lot of times you don't realize your own talent in some things, or how, or what you're good at, and you know, and you think, well, you know, and then people say, oh man, I wish I could do X like you do. So
Yes.
that's one thing about collaboration, because you get people go, man, you're so good at this, and you're like, well, you know, I'm not really. You know what I mean? A lot of times you don't really know your own special skills. It's something you just take for granted and don't think it's a big deal. And people, you know, say, wow, man, I wish I could do that. So, you know, that's one of the things that I think collaboration really helps with. So, you know, I just wanted to add
Yes.
Yeah, pretty well everything that Jenny said and what Renee said and what you said, Roy, is what I would say too. But it's funny because Jenny, you're right. You're saying you always wanted to do everything because you're a perfectionist. But it's not only that, is I call them immature entrepreneurs, are very controlling, and they don't want to let go. A mature entrepreneur, hey Bella, hello beautiful girl.
Say hi.
Ooh, she has a nice orange.
Oh,
Can we
Yum,
have one?
yum.
Someday, right? We'll be able to reach in and be able to grab the food and going, here you go. Okay, can you make me dinner?
Probably. Oh.
But yeah,
So
so
funny. She always asks, where is Wendy? Wendy.
I know, because Wendy's always usually here. Tonight, unfortunately, and fortunately for her, she's with family, which is really nice.
Yes.
Unfortunate for us, she's not here tonight. Pretty girl.
but Lorianne, kind of what you're saying is for me, you know, since I was always the one responsible, it was hard for me to give somebody to delegate, because ultimately I was the one responsible. So I always wanted to make sure that if I got it done, because I'm the one going to answer for it, you know. So I was very selective in who I would delegate stuff to. So.
And I get that, but it was just sort of my story that I think I was spoken to you about, Roy. I remember working with my ex-husband for 10 years. I did all the marketing and accounting for him. And I was not an accountant. I mean, I was pretty well almost there, but because of my designation not being there, I would have to go to an accountant for final sign-offs. But when we moved down to the States, he said, yeah, we saved the Canadian company because the accountant never told them they were $250,000 in debt. And I said, why aren't you looking at your financials? He goes, I don't know about financials. I'm an engineer. The accountant does it. So I taught him how to read a balance sheet and income statement. He got really confused because of the credit and debits, because it's really kind of backwards, right? But once he learned it, and I said, and when I'm working with you, every 15th of the month, you are going to get a financial statement and you're going to go through them because it shows your strengths and weaknesses. Did I want him to learn accounting? No, but I collaborated with him and gave him enough understanding. And I said, you don't just let it, that's the thing though, is that there are some young entrepreneurs too, go, well, my accountant will take care of it. You have to know what's going on. You don't have to do it. But if you're not strong on it, and you're absolutely right, Roy, is about who do you delegate it to, but don't close your eyes to it. Don't just sit there and go, okay, well, do all my marketing and just do it. Because if you don't watch it, maybe they're gonna put something on there that's gonna be destructive to your company. You do have to do the approvals, right? And even in collaboration, right. I mean, we just all collaborated in a book, and Renee, it's finally out, back and front cover's done, and enter. We're so excited. So that was with obviously Robert Wall and I co-authored it, but we also have, I invited, you know, Roy and Jenny and Wendy to put in something into that book. That's collaboration. So what's going to happen now? Now they have the book, they have their name on their book. And that's the first one. We're collaborating in another book. And we just say, can you send us a chapter? And some of it takes investment. In this particular case, I had already invested in it. So, but we're looking at, you know, for $250, you can get a full chapter in a book and everything is done for you, instead of paying $3,000 to a publisher, because now that's the way things are going. I used to go to publishing houses and send, I have this many still from when I was in the 80s and 90s, sending it to publishing homes. No joke. It was crazy. And you get all these, this many rejection letters as well. Well, forget that. It's now time to collab. And I don't want to keep going too long, but now with collaboration, and you have people with the name on there, guess what? You're going to get all of those people who are going to be putting out and saying, buy this book, because my name is on it. And that's what we were talking about, building that network, Jenny, that you were saying. It's also when you have something like that, or, you know, you can do those things. And I wanted to say, so the contacts was there. The support is definitely there. This group has been amazing, not just in business, definitely emotionally, and like when I've been going through some tough times, Jenny's been there, Roy's been there, Wendy's been there, Robert's been there, and it also, and you've been there, but it builds that family community when you're collaborating on a constant basis without being employed together, which is the best part, right?
Well, so, that's what I wanted to add maybe is, you know, by doing this and just, you know, maybe having a chat with someone is where you build the trust, right? And then you're able to delegate more, right? Or collaborate with someone and say, okay, I trust you with this. You know, I know that we're going to work well on this. So that's what this group brings at the same time, right?
Yeah,
it really does.
We want to edify each other as much as we can, and then support and help each other as much as we can.
Lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing too, is the edification, being each other's cheerleaders is what I call it. Like we cheerlead each other. So if Jenny needs our help and say, can you help me out? Can you send this out? Can you share this? And Jenny, you know, you can do that. You don't do that a lot, but if you're doing any, but we'll do lives and we'll like each other's lives. We'll back each other up and sharing them, because I've got 5,000 people on my, almost 5,000 people on my Facebook. I've got over 800 contacts on my LinkedIn. I've got 6,500 on my Twitter. Yeah. Let me know what you want me to send out there. You're my friend. I will definitely go, hey, I'm Sharon. And I share, and I know that's not huge, but it's a lot more than a lot of people out there have for contacts. So
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, oh no, it's lovely. And I'm so glad that you joined in, Renee. That's excellent. It's like, we've been doing this. By the way, today I have to renew our website, Advanced Branding Collaborative. 1 year.
1 year. Oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. We're still here.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Good. Very nice. Thank you for having me anyways. I appreciate it.
We're glad you're with us, and hope you come every week if you can, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry to say, like I said, Doc is usually here every week. We do have people that come in and out. We're trying to figure out too at some point, and we're going to collaborate with that. Is this the best time to have it? Maybe is the amount of people not showing up because of the hour that we're doing it. I know that is so cute. She's like,
Well,
Ella.
just like, well, Lori and I have discussed it before, but here in the States, Wednesday night is a church night.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know, and I've had people I've invited, they go, well, I'll have church that night. You know, I mean, you're not going to find the perfect time. It ain't
No.
going to happen. Because everything in the world happens on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
But not necessarily, I would say not necessarily anymore. For some dumb reason, my Tuesdays have completely opened up. For us in Canada, you know, Renee, usually our churches are like Saturday night and Sundays.
Right.
Those are our times. We don't have a Wednesday, at least I don't know of a Wednesday night, but I do know in the States that they do, because a lot of the people on the Advanced Collaborative, we've had quite a few, which is really, and by the way, if anyone's watching this, thank you very much when you respond and they go, sorry, we just can't make it. It's our church night. So I do appreciate them responding. And if anyone's watching out there, please give your feedback. Do you feel there's a better time for this? Can we find something better? I know, like you said, Roy, there's always something happening, but we would love to get more people on. And if this is not the prime time to get people together, what are your suggestions? We'd love to see, you know, 15, 20 people up here sharing. What is your idea of collaboration? And if you're with me, Jenny and Roy, Renee too, I think it would be really neat to showcase.
So,
oh, sorry, my TV just went on. I think my cat just killed it. Hold
What are you
on.
doing all day?
Oh, well, oh, I got this new idea for a comedy video.
Oh my goodness. They turn on and turn off my washing machine, no joke, and they turn my TV on. I don't know how they do it.
Oh my God.
They're evil.
My cat is not that smart yet.
I woke up one morning and I thought, what rinse cycle did you put it on? Because my washing machine was on. Oh my
Oh
God.
Lord.
But yeah, no, it would
They
be.
can turn the coffee machine on in the morning before you get up.
That's good.
Or go pee and poo in the toilet too. That would be really nice. So I don't have to scoop it
Hey, Jenny,
all the time.
Jenny, Lori Ann doesn't get up in the morning. She goes to bed in the morning.
I do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what somebody said. They go, "You're not up in the morning." I said, "Oh yes, I'm up in the morning. I just go to bed later in the morning, and then I get up later in the evening. I just work better at night. I don't know what it is. I get."
Yeah, because you know, Lori Ann was talking about all of us supporting each other, and so, and Lori Ann was going through some stuff one time, and I told her, hey, just call anytime, because it's not, if I'm asleep, my wife will wake me up, and you know, I'll get, because she's up. Her and Lori Ann got the same hours.
Oh really?
You know, it's no big deal.
So you should collaborate with Roy's wife then.
Yeah.
Oh, she's wonderful. She does pick it up. She'll go, I go, hey, Barbara, what's going on? She goes, well, he's on a Zoom, or he's in bed, or he's busy, but I'll let him know you called. She's awesome.
Yeah, if my phone rings, she'll look at it, she'll come in and she'll say, oh, it's Lori, and she'll answer it. And I told Barbara, I said, look, if Lori ever calls, it's late at night, just wake me up. It's not a big deal. It's okay. All right, you know, but like was it last night you called me, Lori Ann? Was it last night? Or anyway,
Barbara had to pick up the phone. Yes, but it was,
I left the phone in the living room, and I was in here, and I was working on the computer, and she came to the door, and she said, had the phone, and she goes, are you busy? I go, who is? She goes, Lori Ann. I go, okay, no, let me have it.
Okay, so fun part about collaboration too, and I know, Renee, you've collaborated with a women's group, the Canadian Business Women's Group. So
Yeah.
Renee does a podcast. Well, you should podcast it. You do it live, but I would
Yes.
highly recommend if you can, because she does interviews with women every Friday. she'll do a Zoom and then she puts it on the Fridays, and it's excellent. I was really honored for her to ask me to do one. And then we were talking about that with Roy. We sat there and we thought, well, after all these podcast lessons that he gave us, let's start one and let's try it. Like, we're not super popular, but do we have fun?
Oh,
This is
yeah.
great. It's like, we're not making money off of it, but it's fun.
Yeah. And
We
we've
need
had
you
some pretty
there on
interesting
Jenny.
people.
We need to interview Jenny. You know that, right?
Jenny, we could do Renee as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you have it like the same time every week, or doesn't matter?
No,
Not
it doesn't matter.
necessarily. No.
We
not
were
necessarily.
trying to do every Monday nights on a regular time, but then we realized we don't go live because sometimes we don't know if our guest, and just like Renee does, she sends it to you ahead of time, and then you go, okay, yes, that's okay. But if they don't like it, then you don't post it. And so
Right.
that's how we do it. But then we post it on YouTube, on all the podcasts, everywhere, on the LinkedIn. And then, of course, we can do, because you are members of the ABC, we can also post it on the ABC group on LinkedIn, because we have one on LinkedIn, we have one on Facebook. All of that social media is there for us. But no, Jenny, it would just be to say, okay, I'm available, Roy and Lorianne, at this time. Same thing with you, Renee. We decided Monday nights were too hard to keep on that because some of our guests couldn't make it at that time.
Yeah. So,
And it's lots of fun.
yeah, and we try to keep it around 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not, long, drawn out deal, And, yeah, we've had some pretty interesting people on, actually.
Yeah, yesterday was fun. Aaron, Mr. TikTok King.
Yeah.
He's so funny. And you can look at them. Like, we have our pages, that gal with that guy, I post them all on there. You can see we had Mark Breslin, who's, the owner. You would know Yuck Yucks, Renee, wouldn't you? Do you know Yuck Yucks? The comedy club?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the owner
Yes.
of that, we've been friends for 20 years. So we actually did an interview with him.
Nice.
So
Nice.
people, if you say, do you want to do a podcast? They go, okay. Like, what are we going to do right now?
Right.
That's fine.
So, but
That's
yeah,
part of collaboration. It doesn't have to mean money. It can also be just a project that you're having fun with, which is what Roy and I do.
and we, like I said, we've had some interesting people,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and we've had a psychiatrist on, we've had the Yuck Yucks guy, we've had the Limbic Arts, Thomas Fraser.
And then Donna about, that was an interesting one. That got quite a few views on that, was the parent alienation. Not parents alienating their kids, but their kids alienating their parents.
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
had one person, she was so cute. It was her very first time doing a Zoom live, and she was all nervous. And I said, just calm down. And that's what we always say. Okay, this is your living room. Just go for it.
Right.
But yeah, so collaboration is just, it's using other people's skills, but it's also doing things together, just having fun, getting out there, getting your name out there. Renee, I like your stuff. The problem is though, Renee, I cannot share as long as it's in that private group. So if there's
Yes.
any way that you can do a page, and if it's okay with Jennifer, because it's you doing this, put a
Mhm.
page up with your posts, I would recommend. And then we can all be, added to it, and then we can share them, and then you get more views. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand, if you do it in a private post, you cannot share it out there in a private group. I blocked again. 3, 2, 4, 1. Yeah.
And she froze up again.
Yes. Just
I did, but I'm back again.
You
I'm
had that
okay.
trouble, Renee? Okay,
yes,
now
you're back.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you got that, but it was basically, if you can put them on a page or even on your own Facebook,
Okay.
then we can share them.
So the interview, okay, I know what you mean. So the interviews that I do in the group, I
can't
put
share
them on my page.
Mhm.
and then people can share them. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just actually writing down that these women that I interview, I could just say to them, you know, I'm inviting you to the Advanced Collaborating every Wednesday, you know. I mean, who doesn't want to collaborate to help them? What is the word that you use
Oh,
to
to
help
edify.
them? Yes. I mean, who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah.
So,
And it would
okay.
be neat to have even in our thing. I know that we meet for an hour. We started late today, but just the thing. But the neat thing would be to have a guest that has like a 10 or 15-minute introduction just for what they do. Because
Yes.
like I said, Renee did one, and this lady, she's traveling all across Canada doing every airport in Canada. I mean, that's really unusual.
Mhm.
And it's kind of a
Yeah.
mini podcast, right? So you've got a mini podcast just to talk about, you've got your 10-minute introduction to yourself. It may be something. Do you feel, Renee, that would help our Advanced Branding Collaborative? Like, because we're trying to find new ideas.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What is your question? What do you want? What are you asking me that would help?
I think she's saying the people that you've interviewed,
Yes.
or they're in your group,
Yep.
if we invited them here to this,
Okay. Well,
you know, would
I mean,
that, you know, where we could edify them, they could participate and collaborate with us.
yes.
Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, I don't think we have anything. Well, I don't know the group, but I don't think there's anything to lose by trying. You know,
Yeah.
and I always say, if you don't try, you won't know, right?
Yeah.
The something that comes up is, would it matter if there's 5 coaches, or would it matter if there's 5 social media people in here? You know? Okay.
Yeah.
No, because basically those are resources for everyone, or could
Yes.
be.
Yes.
And
And there's
most
all
people specialize, right? Most people have a
Yes.
specialization.
Right. Everybody
But I
has
was
a little different angle.
But I was also asking, and Roy and Jenny, I know that you're off for a little bit, but Renee, would it make a difference if we had, like, on a weekly basis to offer out that any one member can have 5 minutes as a special guest, 5 minutes speaking for the beginning? You see what I'm saying, right? Because we have 182 members, and yet there's 4 of us here.
Right.
And so what
Okay.
would draw them, and for edification, okay, so sign up for it, and it'll be by the whoever signs up. We just have them do a 5-minute at the beginning, no longer than 5 minutes. This is what I do. Roy, what do you think? I mean, we need something to attract.
Yeah. So in other words, let's say Jenny. Let's use her name. So next week we're having Jenny Cowles. She's a Facebook ad specialist. If you want to know about Facebook ads, she's going to be on. She's going to give us a little small presentation about Facebook ads. You know, then if you want to talk to her more depth, you can, you know, her contact information will be provided. You know,
Right.
or, you know, LinkedIn or whatever. I don't know.
And we put the link on there with their website. Jenny, what do you think? Have you been listening? This is just an idea. I know we have to put it to the rest of the team, but I wanted to get Renee's feedback on that. Do you think that would be beneficial, Renee and Jenny?
So what did you say? Like bringing someone on who can introduce themselves for 5 minutes? Or what was the plan?
So in other words, so we'll use Lorianne. So next we could say on X day, Lorianne Campbell is going to be on. She's a Facebook ad specialist.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know about Facebook ads, you know, you need to come. She's going to do a small presentation on Facebook advertising, and then she's going to provide her contact information if you want more in-depth, you know, information with her. So that way we would edify them for their talent or skill, and then they would contribute to our group by being in our group, trying to help us get people to come in. So as Renee said earlier, it's a win-win.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
So we can have, let's say Robert's doing his 3 weeks, but we go including special guests,
Mhm.
Okay.
right? So we
Yeah.
can still do presentations on certain topics, but including special guests, and we invite our members. I just think it would give a lot more, you know, Renee, you can speak to your podcast, and I know that the Melaleuca, oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys ever use that stuff, but it's the best stuff ever. Oh my
Back in the
gosh, my
80s,
face
yeah.
feels so good. Anyway, that's something that I really believe in too, but that's where we collaborated as well. But I think it's just an idea, but wouldn't it be nice to be able to offer to our beautiful, wonderful people, Renee being here, you'll be the first one to be invited to be that special guest because you show up here. And then we can
Yay.
do the picture, we do the presentation, what you would like to speak about
Mhm.
as a special presenter, you know, so I mean, we'll put it out to the rest of the people. I think though it's going to give motivation for people to show up, right?
Yes.
And if I'm inviting someone and going, hey, I'm going to be doing a 5-minute presentation on bulimia or whatever, and I send it to my friends in my group and go, please show up. It's only 5 minutes, but it's worthwhile watching. They can leave after 5 minutes, but odds are they're probably going to stay for the rest of it.
Yes. Probably. What have any of you ever heard of like a BNI?
I have, yes.
Okay, so that's a business networking group. I find that this is similar to that. Do you find it similar, Lorianne?
Yes, absolutely it is.
Okay.
It's like a business networking, but there's at this point no charge, but we do
No.
want to try and monetize it. And let's say, Renee, you end up having some certain courses that you can deliver.
Mhm.
We would then market it and almost, I would say, like a Udemy, but not so much. We want them more organized to specific to advanced branding. That's
Right.
our goal, is for our members to be able to monetize as well on this, but we're not there yet. We're a year
Mhm.
into it. We're still a baby and we're still working on it. But at
Yeah.
this time, there's no charge. We just want to edify and bring people in and learn more about them.
How is it we could show people that this group is bringing results? Like, what are the results that you're getting from this group? And then how can we show that and say, oh my God, I need those results. I need to join this group.
Mhm.
Just
Anyone
a
want
thought.
to answer that right now?
Well,
Yeah.
right now, you know, I'm not sure we could do that. But what I'm thinking is we've got Lorianne's book. If we can get mine done, then it's like, you know, hey, we got these people, they
They
collaborated on two
Okay.
books, and we're looking to put a third book together.
Oh my God.
Does anybody want to, you know, I mean, I'm just, for now, that's something that is in the works. So that might be the first avenue to pursue. But then we can look at maybe doing courses. You know, we've talked about a lot of different things, but so far the book is the thing that's actually has been done.
Progress. Yes.
It's done.
Right.
We're literally getting it, Jenny, Roy, we're getting it in our hands next week.
So that
So
might,
excited.
to answer your question, Renee, that might be the first avenue.
Okay. Okay.
You know, because you may, there may be people in those groups or people you know that, you know, would like to be an author, but don't want to write a 300-page book, but they could write 5 pages
Right. Okay.
and be in the book, and they would be published as a co-author. But I mean, you know, it's pretty cheap exposure.
Right.
And it is too, because also for the 250, and understand that Roy and I work with the same publisher, you're also getting it right across Amazon. You're
Okay.
also getting all of our support with it. And we also get a foreword from a New York Times bestseller on it. And then your names are
Nice.
listed in it as contributors. So, and for 5 pages, let me tell you, 10 pages is hard to write. I
can
did 10
imagine.
for Roy's. And you can go on, I'll give you a link, Renee, to Roy's book. It's called, can you speak it to it? It's Chocolate Chip.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies, comfort foods, and deathbed wishes. The story of comfort foods and deathbed wishes.
Okay.
Now to that, Renee, just so you understand, yes, deathbed wishes is basically, in my particular case, it was about my teachers. And then at the very end would be, what would I regret the most? I have no regrets. I think what my biggest regret would be, and it's in the book, but it's personally and towards my children, not towards my regrets. Things that you can't change that you wish you could. Some of them have regrets for having not done things. I don't have that kind of regret. I think I have more regrets for having done too much. It's like,
Well,
so that's
hear
what the book is about. And comfort foods, I'm laughing, Roy, because lately during COVID, I've been eating comfort foods. I make my mom's macaroni salad. I make my mom's egg salad-y sandwich. It's like, boy, what's wrong with me?
Renee, kind of how this got started is my best friend that I grew up with since I was in 3rd grade passed away.
Okay.
And
Sorry.
And right before he passed away, we were talking anyway. So we were talking about things that, man, what if we'd done this? I wish I would have done that and this stuff. So, and that was kind of where it started. So, it's like, if you were on your deathbed and, you're looking back at your life,
Okay.
what would you, regret, that you didn't do or did do, or you wish you would have done or whatever. That's kind of the premise of it. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
However, in the chapter, and Jenny, we know this, and I know that we haven't gotten yours yet, you can write about all the lovely and wonderful things you've done in your life in the chapter. That's all up to you what the content is. But the final, so let's say that you've got like 5 pages, there's the last paragraph, you'd probably want to blend it into the book. However, as much as I've done all this beautiful stuff, this is if I was lying on my bed, this is what I would wish that I had changed or could change.
Okay, yes.
For you, you said your dad passed away in his 60s. You could have been, I wish my dad would have lived to X, whatever. I mean, so it's just kind of that kind of stuff. It's
yeah. Okay.
It's different for everyone.
Yes.
So that's that book right now.
What's actually interesting that I find, because I work in a nursing home, I find most of the people don't have any regrets. Like, especially when they're approaching the last couple of months, basically, they're at peace. Like, I haven't met anyone who is really like, I still need to do that or this or this or this. I find people are at peace.
What about
they approach their final days?
What about people that have had family issues? Do they now ever say, I wish my son and I would have had a better relationship, or that kind of stuff?
I think for me, it's really like, I see it from a spiritual level as well. It's like you're sort of approaching that next step already. So you are just, at peace with yourself, with everything. It's like, yeah, I can just describe it at peace.
That's because you live in a beautiful country called Australia.
Oh, no, it's not like this actually, because, you see people like changing when you some of these residents, I've known them for years, and when they, sort of approach this final period of their life, they do change. They're sort of, it almost feels like the ego is sort of, breaking away. There's only like, really, connection and love, and this is what they're looking for in that moment. But, most of them are not up for fighting with anyone anymore, or, defending themselves. And it's interesting. It really is. But that's why, a lot of people are so afraid of basically dying. But most of the people I saw in that final stage, like I said, they were at peace. They were, not really afraid or Yeah, and I can only explain that from that spiritual side of things, where you just, you know, sort of move on up to that next level.
There you
Well,
go. There's your chapter, Jenny.
my brother, he's been in that, he was in bad health and in and out of the hospital all the time. And one of the times he went a few months before he died, you know, the doctors told us, you know, we're not sure he's going to make it. So we all went to the hospital and all this stuff. And he started crying. He goes, I'm ready. I'm tired of being in the hospital. I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of not being able to do anything. You know, I want to go be with Pam, who was his wife that died in 2000, and Daddy, who died in 2017. He said, I'm just ready to go see Pam and Daddy. I'm ready. I'm done. Well, he got through all that, but then right before he passed away on Sunday, and on Thursday he was in the hospital, and you know, he said, you know, I'm just tired. I'm ready. You know, I'm just ready to go. And he said, it's not worth it. But I mean, he was, you know, he was preparing, I guess, to be the best way to put it. You know, to me, that's kind of the way I took it. Is, you know, I'm ready. You know, I'm ready. So.
My nephew, I think when he knew he was dying. He had cancer. He was 23. It was really hard. But it's sort of one of those things, though, that at that last moment, he was at peace with himself, although he told his mother to F you. And my mother said, my sister said to him, I need to get your arrangements done. And he goes, F you, Mom. And then the last word was, I love you. But the night before he was going into his operation, which he knew instinctively he was not going to make it through, he was bugging his wife and saying, there's one person I haven't spoken to yet. And that was me. And by some grace of God, we got on Skype and I got to say bye to him. And that was one of the things he really wanted was to say bye. And I got that. I don't know that that would have taken him to a next level of like regrets, but I know that that was really important for him. He goes, there's one person missing, and Ellen got it. So pretty emotional.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it's a great book. I think that there could definitely be positives in it. You know, I wrote about all the great people that were in my life and all the great things I did. And the last thing that I would be sitting there, I mean, if my kids were holding my hand, the only thing I'd be able to tell them, and this is probably a little bit personal as well, is that I'm sorry about the divorce. Because as much as I moved forward and I was fine, I know it affected them very, very much. And that would be my only regret, is if I could have made it so that they were never touched by it. And I will go to my deathbed with that. Unless I come back and they're all happy and they're okay, but right now they're not. So right now, that's why. Okay, Jenny, I need to get you with my kids. Okay, get their mindset proper. There we go. There's my answer. Collaboration. Yeah, it's the hardest part. So anything else do we want to talk about?
Well, we don't know if Robert's going to be back next week or not, correct?
Not yet, no. I always count it down. 5 seconds, and it goes back on again. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, yeah. Anyway,
No, we don't.
Going to be here. Okay, so Renee, do you have something in particular you might want to do or want us to do for next week?
Not at this precise moment.
You spoke about self-confidence. Was that something that would be interesting for us to talk about?
Yes, definitely.
Because I know you asked me about that, and I don't believe that we did that, Jenny. We did like self-confidence, self-esteem. I don't believe we did that. And Jenny, you would be a perfect one to deliver that, because she's awesome. Honest to goodness, Renee, Jenny is awesome with mindset. Beautiful, beautiful lady.
Lovely.
I don't know. You just want to hug her all the time, except for she's way too far away. She is very kind. I love her. So,
Yeah, we could do that.
okay, so we'll feature you. Jenny, if you can come up with, I can come up with the title, give me a pitch, I can come up with the design. Same picture. So her picture is really pretty. We can use her picture for that. And do we want to, so Renee, can we do a special feature by you? So Jenny will do the presentation, but special feature by you. Can you just send me, you've got
Okay.
my information, what you would like to do that 5-minute special guest with? And we could
Okay.
start that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
you're number
Awesome.
one.
Number one.
There we go. It's now or never, babies.
And it pays to be hanging out with us. See, that's collaboration.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on,
Oh.
shameless plug, shameless plug. So Renee, if you know anybody in your groups that want to be a guest on a podcast, Roy Ann and I will be happy to have them on our podcast.
Okay. Okay.
And I think we have to do Renee and Jenny first though too,
Yeah.
but yes. And I'll send you the link, Renee, too, about that gal with that guy. You can see.
Yes.
We just have fun. It's not like we get tons and tons of people. Trust me.
Yet,
Fun.
yet.
Yet.
I know, it's baby steps.
Right.
All right, so Jenny, we're gonna
Okay.
work on that. We're gonna do on, Jenny, was there a title you wanted specific? Do you wanna just message me a title you would like? Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so send me that and I'll come up with a picture. I'll send you the ad, see if you're okay with it. Renee, I'm gonna need your picture as well. And what title you wanna do that as your 5-minute stardom.
Right. Okay.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye in German. You say
Bye, Bella. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
Renee for
you.
coming on.
You're
Next
welcome.
week
Thank you
again,
so much.
7 p.m. Eastern time. Be
Okay.
here. And we will have all the links and all the information for you. Thanks, guys.
It's a date.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.